Well, go on. Let's talk about this, right? You guys remember the movie Lord of the Rings, the Return of the King. That movie was not just a movie. Most movies are not just movies. They're telling stories. They're pushing agendas. Um, they're prepping your minds for coming events. Now, Kanye West. Kanye West has been criticized many, many times, and he is being criticized right now for his Sunday services. And Young Pharaoh did a video about it, him and Kim Kardashian and all that type of stuff. And I'm just here to say that Kanye West's Sunday service is garbage and it's very deceptive and misleading. Kanye West, good artist. I like his music. I have no issues with his past music, but here's the deal with his Sunday service. Now, unbeknownst to a lot of you guys, there's such a thing called the blue laws, right? The blue laws. Now, I live here in New Jersey, and the blue laws is not in full effect here, but it's practiced. On Sundays, most stores close. Most major stores close. It's getting to the point, or I think it's going to get to the point. Well, it's going to get to that point. I don't know how soon, but it's going to get to the point where all stores will be closed on Sunday, and that's the blue law. What it has to do with what is known as a Sabbath, where it is said that you shouldn't work or do anything on the seventh day. Now, ancient Rome, the papacy, they declared Sunday the seventh day, and that day is the day that everybody should rest, which is why people go to church on Sunday. But according to the book, The Great Controversy, which I've asked Merkaba to read and break down, and he still hasn't, the Great Controversy tells that that Sunday and going to church on Sunday is actually sun worship. Okay? Now, the conscious community, Polite and Young Pharaoh and these guys, they believe in sun worship and stuff like that. They believe our ancestors worship the sun and all this type of stuff. But the Great Controversy actually shows that it's evil to do so, right? Anyway, I don't have any issues with Young Pharaoh because I watch him a lot. I've learned a lot from listening to him. I don't agree with everything anybody says, but let me not get off track. So, the Sunday law will be implemented by the papacy again, by the Pope, and they will make it law. I think it's going to happen during the martial law era or something like that. But they will make it law for you to go to church on Sundays, and all stores will be closed down and no business can be conducted, so on and so forth. Well, here in New Jersey, like I said, they're partially doing that. Okay? I think they said the Virginia has something to do with the blue laws. I'll have to read up on it again. I haven't been reading in years. I'm just going off the top from what I remember. But anyway, how does this relate to Kanye West? Kanye West is doing a thing called Sunday service, right? I just wrote down briefly, the Sunday worship and stuff like that, where it came from. You guys can go read it up. Now, Kanye West is pushing the Sunday service thing. Now, Kanye West could get a church like everybody else and have his Sunday service there, but he's doing a tour. Now, people would say that, it's a rapper's mindset, because they tour a lot, and I'm going to say no. Kanye West lives in Hollywood. We all know Hollywood is demonic. So, based on what I've read, this is my opinion now, Kanye West is doing that tour because he's going around prepping people for something that's about to come. Now, we don't know when it's gonna come, but I know it's gonna come. And that is now here I'm gonna go back to the Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. He's prepping people for the return of a king. Now, who's that king, we shall ask? The Christians call him the Antichrist. I think the Muslim call him, I don't want to mix it up. I think he's the Dajjal or the Mahdi. It's one of them, but it's the one with the one eye. And in Egyptology, he's called Horus. Horus has one eye. So we always see that eye. Now, it's said in the Muslim world that this guy is going to come back, and then I think it's the Mahdi or one of these guys will come and defeat him and stuff like that. The Bible speaks of it also where the Antichrist is going to come and deceive the whole world and everybody will get a chip and, a whole bunch of stuff. And then Jesus or the Christ or whomever the Creator's son is, he's going to come and defeat him, and so on and so forth. Different religions have different accounts, but they're all similar. But the Return of the King, that movie, I believe it has to do with the return of this entity I'm talking about. Whether it's the Mahdi or the Dajjal, you guys correct me which one it is, or the Antichrist, or whomever. Metatron, Zeus, he has a lot of names. So, when I see Kanye West doing this Sunday service, I couldn't help but try to connect the dots. And I'm like, whoa. And then I saw this clip of him having somebody playing Jesus walking out on the stage dressed in full white, glowing in the light, Kanye West bowing down to him. And I'm just looking at that like, whoa, this is pure preparation. This is preparation. This is prepping the people's minds, his fans. So when the event does happen, it's not going to seem unusual. People will fall in line. And that's just my brief summary of what I think about this Sunday service thing. Like I said, Kanye West, he's in Hollywood. We know about the Kardashians eating placenta, and the rituals that happen, all this type of stuff, so it's not far-fetched. And I do believe, I'm just saying it's my opinion just to be politically correct, but I do believe that Kanye West is prepping us for something that's about to come. Because remember, they said a few months ago, maybe a month and a half ago or so, the army admitted that they have seen UFOs. Remember, they showed that video of some pilot flying and they're seeing this unidentified object flying in the air, taking corners and stuff like that. Well, the same book I mentioned called The Great Controversy, it spoke about the fallen angels and how their final deception is to reveal themselves as aliens, UFOs. Yep. And all these years, people have been asking about Area 51 and talking about, alien sites and stuff like that, and the government has always denied it, and now they confessed. Something is up. Something is coming down the pipe. So when I tie all of this together, the Sunday service, the Return of the King movie, the confessing of, UFOs, and the book that I read, something is coming down the pipe. There is an agenda, and a lot of people will be deceived. And Kanye West is leading a lot of people off a cliff. That Sunday service thing is bullcrap. Anyway, I'm out, y'all. Peace.